says he's down there and he's making and he's molding this clay plot. Shaping it. Why? Because it was first marred. Meaning that he was shaping it to begin with, but there was some hardened places in it. There were some places that would have cracked. My God. If he would have put it in the kiln too fast, it would have cracked off and it couldn't contain anything. And the pottery is not what you see on the outside is its value. It's what's carried on the inside is the value. What are you talking about? I'm talking about 2 Corinthians 4:7. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 7 says, but we have this treasure. My God. Not that the earthen vessel is the treasure, but we have a treasure inside of us earthen vessels. Are you following that? It says we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not us. Meaning the pottery might not look good on the outside, but whatever it contains on the inside makes it valuable. I could tell you this way, listen, you weren't valuable so God saved you. Honey, you're only valuable because God saved you. What's good on you is not of you. It's only what's deposited on the inside. This clay is not valuable. This here bowl is not valuable. I bought it at the Dollar Tree just to do this illustration. This ain't valuable. But you put a watch in it, come on now, and that vessel becomes valuable now. Inside of itself, it's not valuable. Inside of each and every one of you, there's no value to us. Come on, somebody. This flies in the face of these self-esteems and self-help messages we get, but we have nothing good in us. Not one thing good in us. We've all fallen short of the glory. We've all turned to our own ways. The thing that's good inside of the earthen vessel is the treasure of God. Is the treasure that he places in us. But he says, hey, look at this, Jeremiah. Look at the potter. He has a marred piece. We come to Christ, and a lot of times what we do is we try to just bring him a piece of us, when really we have all kinds of marred places in us. Let me use my own history as a lesson. You know, I was born, but then my family, it was good. We were on a big farm, Angus Farm, one of the biggest ones. Stuart Angus Farm was known. All in the Northeast it was known. But something happened and my parents got a divorce. And there goes a crack. There goes a mar. There goes pieces. And so what happens a little bit later is I get some pieces and I try to place them together again. But then inside that divorce, mom's not there. Raised by all kinds of different babysitters. Molestation takes place. Molestation cracks me again. Cracks me again. Get a little older. Dad doesn't come around. Trades for drugs. Don't have anybody to turn to. And cracks and pieces again. Get older. Can't trust anybody. Start turning to drugs and illicit lifestyles and cracks again. We all come to the Lord cracked and broken and pieces of pottery that has nothing. And what happens is we say, God, I don't like this part of me, so I can't bring this part of me because you're holy and you're righteous and I'm broken and cracked and pieces. And so, God, I'll give you the good part of me. Put this piece on the potter's wheel. So we're walking around with cracked places in our life. We're walking around with pieces in our life. And what happens is we come to Christ and we love the Lord and we're trying to do right. But the best we can offer, because we're not putting ourselves on the wheel. The potter says, I see all the marked places. Am I not sovereign? Can I not take you even after you're cracked and broken? Can I not put you back on the potter's clay and start all over? Can I not put you back on the potter's wheel and start sculpting again? But it can't start sculpting again because what we try to do is we come to Christ, but then we try to fix it and hide it. So we grab duct tape. We start trying to piece ourselves back together again. We start trying to grab the pieces and say, you know what? If my Christian friends know about this in my past, well, they won't think I'm spiritual enough anymore. So I'll duct tape it. And these problems in my life, I know they were passed down. But, I'll just hide them over and hope that they don't go to my children. And so we try to put all the pieces back together again. I learned theology from Humpty Dumpty, though. My theology goes like this. Sometimes Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and I learned that all the king's horses, that's prophets, apostles, and pastors and teachers. And all the king's men, that's Sunday school teachers and praise leaders and people in the church. I found out that all the king's horses and all the king's men, they couldn't put Humpty together again, though they tried with all their might, though they tried with counseling, though they tried with psychology, though they tried with just forgetting about it, though they tried to put him back together again. They can't put Humpty together again because they didn't make Humpty to begin with. If we're going to be made over again, we got to go back to the master potter who formed us to begin with. That placed inside of us the treasure. We can't try to fix ourselves. I know, like the old song says, he said it this way. I don't know if you ever sang it, but he said, it's not my brother or my sister, but it's me, oh Lord. It's not the elder nor the deacon. It's not my father or my mother. It's not the stranger or the neighbor, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Sometimes we just got to take those broken pieces that have shattered in our life, distrust, abused, neglected, abandoned, just being totally turned our back on, forsaken. We got to take all those pieces. Listen to me. God says, bring them all back to me. Every single piece. Put it on the potter's wheel. My God, he's got a way that he can anoint with the Holy Spirit, and he can make us back together and start forming us. Come on, somebody. And start forming us and sculpting us and making us and molding us back into the image of Christ. But it's only when we get on the potter's wheel and lay ourselves down.